Hey, how you all doing? It's Ron, your friend Ron. It's a Saturday, February 3rd, February 4th, I don't know. But it is almost 60 degrees. We're in San Antonio, Texas, and we are at the city cemeteries here. Actually very impressed. We've got a beautiful day to do some walking after all of these ice storms and everything that's been slashing through the Southwest. Cheryl, you're first up. How are you? Glad you could come. Cheryl D. We're gonna do some walking today, guys. Tracy Smith, Amy Green, how are you? Kat Molina, or Molina. Pamela Purcell, Karen, Michelle, Trisha's here, Brandy. Oh, I can't keep up with you guys. Roxanne Lake, Ken, Leo, la da 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 da. Here they come. Oh, Jennifer Lewis is here. Jennifer, I'm going to show you a cradle grave. You're our cradle grave lady. It's right over there. It's a big one. How's the picture, guys? We got like full bars. Should be really good here today. We got low winds. I'm really excited. I'm going to share a lot of history, and we're going to cover a lot of ground here because there's like 7 or 8 or 10 cemeteries all sandwiched together. They're all fenced. We're like going to have to walk out, walk in. But if you're up for some history, Ann's for. He saw me do that, and then he revved it up. I like Harleys, but some of you Harley guys are so obnoxious. I don't want to make any Harley enemies here. I like Harleys. A lot of my friends have Harleys. Pretty cool, fun hobby. Alyssa, Pamela, M. Valise 1. Hola, hola. Hola, mi amor. Is that how they say it? Oh, we're gonna take a walk here. Okay, so I'm in San Antonio. I just came from, where did I come from, man? There's been so many stops. Home something. God, I just drive myself nuts when I can't remember. So about an hour northwest of here, I did a story coming down, and then from there, Grape Creek, which is in officially West Texas. It was cool to get in West Texas. And then you guys saw my post on that restaurant from that cool restaurant with Chef Boyardee. And then anyway, yeah, just out of the ice storm, we're looking good here. And let's take a walk. We're gonna share some history. Grape, is it Grape Creek? Yeah, grape, like, you know, the grapes in the vineyards, Grape Creek. It's by San Angelo, northwest of San Angelo. You will never guess the story. I got some really good stories on this. All right, let's stop yapping. Well, let's keep yapping, but let's stop looking at me. Let's flip it around here so you guys can see some of the sights. Let's check out the cradle grave for Jennifer's. How y'all doing? What's the latest? Boston, New England, the whole area up there is getting frozen. Minus 30, I heard, wind chill, even minus 40 maybe. But I hear there's relief coming tomorrow for y'all. I think Chicago's pretty good. Hey, Tammy, $2, thanks. It is a lovely day. It is gorgeous. This is payback for all the suffering I've been doing. All of us. Here's the cradle graves. These are the biggest, monstrous cradle graves. They look like bathtubs that I have ever seen. I'll give you a shot of. There's not a lot of famous people at these cemeteries. Now we're going to end with a couple, like a real famous guy. Yeah, they're rounded out too. Talk about custom, huh? You like that? Let's start the walk. We did start the walk. Valise? Valise. Or is it Velez? I like Velez. Now let's go look at this big, looks like a holding crypt, or I didn't check this one out yet. Or it could be a little mausoleum or something. Yeah, definitely needs some flowers. Here's another cradle. Rockabye baby. So I've been hitting it hard here on the move. Oh, look at these Gothic windows. Beautiful, huh? Oh, looks like there's crypts in there. I wonder if we can poke through and see. Oh, look at this. It looks like somebody's leaving money. Well, I'm gonna leave this. Maybe we'll leave it for somebody in here. Oh, it looks like we can get in. All right, let's try and get in around the front. What do you say? Money, money, money. I don't get why people are leaving dollar bills. Come to San Antonio, people are leaving dollar bills all over the place. Are the cradle graves for babies? No, many times they are, but cradle graves are just something that outlines where the coffin, typically they're older, so they'd be coffins below. Look at the size of this boulder. Wonder who, oh, this is just a boulder in the middle for this family plot. It's a trap, Ron. Yeah, David, it's a trap to suck me in. It's like, come inside. Oh, look at this. Should we go in? You think it's safe? Can we get in? Door's closed. Well, I can poke my camera through. Let's have a looky-see. It's a little, oh, it looks like it is. Oh, we're in luck, guys. It's open. And I see some open crypts. Ooh. Hey, Lisa from Seattle, how are you? Break and enter. No, I don't do that. I only do that with my snake camera. In fact, I got to talk to you about the snake camera. I did some recon. Look at this, peanut butter. And a book. Have you ever seen anything like this before? And the book is the Longman Anthology, World Literature. What in the heck? You know, and this is like, is there a significance for this? I did not put this here, I swear to God. I did not put this here. So look at this, so we got some open crypts here. Let's take a look. We got a pokey C. Now I wonder what happened to Georgia. So this is Georgia McCandless Powell. Oh, she might still be alive. Probably not, she'd be 112 or something. That is empty. So this was intended for her, and she's probably interred somewhere else. Here's some cool plaques. It's too bad this is in terrible shape. Southwest Michigan, you cold there? All right, who should we leave the money for? I don't want to leave it here. Look at this. There's some kind of plaque. Yeah, it could be homeless people. Yes, Polsky. It can be traced back. Do you guys know how it works for veterans? I will tell you about that because I did some veteran stories. Well, Katie Lynch Streck. I'm just going to leave the dollar. I'm going to leave the dollar bill there for her. She passed in 1966. And maybe a homeless person will find that. All right, let's keep moving here. So we're in a cemetery called Anchor. This is like a lodge. I don't know if it's Masonic. I don't see a lot of Masonic. Oh, I do see Masonic symbols, but not a ton. But I think this is a Masonic cemetery. Good grief, Ron. Good grief, Ron. Start for us here in NX. What's NX? New Zealand. New Zealand? What's NZ? Dusty Rusty, are you with us? So are you guys all surviving the cold weather? Man, I'm enjoying San Antonio. I have to tell you, I'm pretty impressed with this place. You know, I had some reservations, just looking at the maps. Hello, Bob from Florida. And I try to avoid coming to downtown areas, especially big cities. This is a pretty big city. But this is not very, there's not a lot of people here. I mean, there's not, it's very clean. It's cold everywhere. Is it cold? Where are you at, M. Valise? Who's going fishing? Brandy? Where are you at, Brandy? Look at this mound. Now there's a mound of a burial. It's a picture. There's a picture of a girl who died in 1991. Oh, let's see here. Oh, very sad. I wonder what happened. Freezing cold in Ohio? Yeah, I think, like, I heard in Chicago, oh, California's cold? Okay, I heard there's relief coming. I heard there's relief coming. Oh, look at the statue here. It's a really cool statue. Thanks, Judy. I'm glad. Something to do. Even if you missed the live, you can still see, you can watch it taped, right? We're gonna see some cool stuff, but we're gonna have to keep moving. Holy cow, Cradle Grave City. Jennifer, what do you think? More custom curves. You'll be in the 40s all week. Does that include the East Coast? I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, we got some wind picking up. Let's see who we got up here. We got a guy. Let me see if I can get an angle for you guys out of the sun. Look at these cradle graves. They're massive. I've never seen. This is right up front. This is probably a pretty, it says Chittum. The name is Chittum. Feels like 26 in Chicago. Grand Rapids, 15 degrees. Oh, you guys are suffering. I'm so sorry. I am so glad I came south. This will, you know, next year I'll be in Arizona for the winter, so I'll be in the west. See if I can get a zoom on this guy. Hold on. I can see him better there. 6 more weeks of winter, Hannah says. Yeah. Hey, Dawn from Scotland, how are you? Flo's here. How you doing, Flo? All right, guys. So I parked my truck over here. I have to tell you, I'm going to warn you guys. There's the episode that I did in Grape Creek, Texas. There's a white truck just like mine there. We're not going to go in there. We're just going to walk to the next cemetery. Unfortunately, we have to like walk the street to get to the next cemetery. But we're going to number 6. But they're pretty conservative there, and there was something on a truck, and there's no way I can edit it out of my video that I did there. So I don't want you guys to think that's my truck with this giant sticker. And I can't edit it out because I'm moving, and it's just, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I just wanted to warn you guys that 24 degrees in Michigan. All right, while we walk the sidewalk, I'm gonna watch what you guys are saying here. Good afternoon, there's Ron and friends. Beautiful in San Antonio. Yes, it is. Gosh, there was something I wanted to show. Oh, there's a cool statue in this cemetery. Now, I found a mausoleum. I found a couple of really cool mausoleums, and I was able to get the camera in there with light. We're not going to be able, I'm going to show you one of the mausoleums on this tour, but we're not going to be able to stick the camera in, and one of them is really cool. I'm just going to tell you right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to produce it tonight. I'll put it out tonight as a video, like on the channel, so everyone can see it. But I can't, I'm going to show you the mausoleum, but we can't. So wait, Chittum family is the largest owned cattle ranch in San Antonio, 1800s. No surprise. Don't you love that cattle baron the Chisholm Trail, the Chisholm Ranch, Henry Hooker, Southeast Arizona, all of those big barrens. Here's what we want. City Cemetery number 1. We're gonna hit number 1, we're gonna hit number 6, we're gonna hit the National Cemetery. There was a statue in here that I wanted to show you first. And this is City Cemetery number 6, okay? Yeah, I love I've got some stories, some Wild West. You know, I got a little bit of veteran, I got Wild West, I got murders. I got a pretty good variety on this trip. And I'm gonna do about 30 episodes before I'm finished going home. Everyone from the Phoenix area. Oh, Phoenix is back. It's not cold anymore in the Southwest. Because I know last month, Tucson, it was pretty bad. But we got a lot of rain there, man. Hey there, the Taz, good evening. Do you still have plans to visit the UK? Yes, I will be in the UK. I'm planning for next summer, 2024. This summer I was trying, but we're just too, I got a move going to Arizona, moving homes, just too much going on. Son's graduating from high school. There's a cradle. From the cradle to the grave. I believe Sandra West, the socialite, is buried in a car. Yeah, I am not gonna do those kind of stories, guys. I've said it before. And thanks though, I love the suggestions. But it's been done over and over and over, and let the other YouTubers fight over these stories or tripping on themselves doing the same. You know, and it's not just cemetery YouTubers. I gotta tell you, it is YouTube in general. I don't know if you agree with me, because I'm watching YouTube to some degree, like on these trips only, and I'm watching like shipwrecks, and I'm watching military history and frontier history. And the people are just doing the same, it's like the murder stuff. The same story over and over and over and over. It's like sick, it's nauseous, it makes me nauseous. Like it's like just to get views. No creativity. Anyway, getting back to the woman buried in the car here, I have no interest in that. Nothing against the suggestion. Thank you. But what can I add to the story? And it doesn't inspire me to copy and just do the same story everybody else. I want to find not only my own stories, and I'm getting a lot of help from you guys, but I want to do intriguing, super intriguing stories. Not stuff that's been told over and shown over and over. Now, here's the statue. I think it's of Christ with children, but it's just a really cool statue. Did you go to Arlington? I have been to Arlington, but not on this channel yet. I have 30 stories there. And again, it's not JFK. It's not all the usual people. It's gonna be many stories of people that you're gonna be like, holy cow, I never knew. And that's, I think, what I love hearing the most from you guys. When I come up with stories where you say, wow, I never heard that one, or I learned something. What's Spax murders? You mean spec? Yeah, when I first started. Now there are some stories that I'm gonna do that are connected, that I'm super intrigued with the subject matter, and then I will give you an example. I've got a story that I did in Texas here that has been done by all the big cemetery YouTubers, and all they do is they go there, nothing against them, I mean they're great stuff, but they go there and they just look around and they don't know their history, or they tell something they read off Wikipedia. Hold on. Thanks, Flo, for the 50. And they go to the gift shop and they go to the museum, and it's not Scott on tape. I'm not talking about Scott on tape. He's a buddy. Or not Herman, of course. And there's just nothing compelling. And then they all do the same thing of somebody really, really big. Well, I did it, and I found out some new stuff that's just gonna like blow people away. And I don't want to give you any hints. It'll be out in 2 Sundays from this Sunday. And let me tell you, you're going to be like, holy crap. And nobody, you know, just nobody. And that's the kind of story I'll do. If there's a big hole, okay, if there's a big hole and people are just not doing a good job, in my opinion, and it's not just Cemetery Channel, I'm just talking about anybody in general. So let's get out of here. Let's go. Mobile Instinct? No, it's not actually not Mobile Instinct. But I don't want to start like, you'll know the channels I'm talking about when you see it. So no more hints, but not Mobile Instinct. He does a pretty good job. Unfortunately, I just can't, I don't have time to watch what's going on. But of course, when I did this story, I looked on YouTube first. I always do that too, before I do a story, is like, is it saturated or not? Has it been done? And this one's just been done over and over and over. And everybody's just stumbling with the story, telling the same old thing. That isn't even right. Teresa Hill, 20 bucks. Thank you. Flo says there was a lady the other day sent a funeral home burial in a body bag and she was still alive. Oh, send me that. Where? Well, we can't like visit her grave because she's still alive, but I'll post it. That sounds really, really interesting. Okay, we are going to look both ways and we are going to cross to City Cemetery number uno. Gene saw that story. Hey there, Sonja. Is it Sonia or Sonja from Austria? Do you know I was in Austria when I was in high school? Of course, I was born in Germany, but we went back for a high school trip, my family. And we were in the mountains, and I remember I was big into tennis, and I played on the clay courts in some club, and weird memories. Look at this. This is kind of unique. I mean, not the stone, but it's just, it has that Gothic, might be able to read that. 1809 to 1866, Kessler, Christian Kessler. I wonder what his story was. Lone Star State, guys. There's the star. The Black Forest in Germany I was talking about. Where in Germany is that? It's in Germany. I don't know where exactly. She was in hospice in the nursing home, thought she was dead. Oh my gosh. So they're still doing it. You know, I'm doing those buried alive stories and people make comment and they're like, that didn't happen, you're making that up and blah, blah, blah. They couldn't do that. How could anyone do that? I mean, it was common. It was common. Flo, you got to send me the link on that on Instagram. Instagrammy. Oh, there's cradle graves everywhere here. Cradles, cradles. Jen, how's the grave coming, the gravestone coming for Verena at Mount Auburn, or not, yeah, Auburn, New York, Keller family. Now, I just saw on our Facebook, I do look at that from time to time. I'm not engaged in our Facebook, but somebody posted that they took the parent stone, looks beautiful, and they put it up. They put it upright. I got to tell you, if I don't do that story, we don't do that story, that's not happening. It's pretty cool that we can change things, have an effect. The Radium Girls Carol says, the Radium Girls, oh boy, there's so many comments. I'm trying to hold it down here. The neighbor showed me snapshot of the picture he got of the classroom the girls were in. Ooh, yeah. Who sent me money? 10 bucks from Sonja with the foxy heart. Thank you. Not $10, 10 euros or 10 coins. I don't know. How about that dollar? Wasn't that weird? Oh, I hope the picture's good. It's really beautiful here. A little hint. I thought I saw Spanish moss. Yeah, there's a little hint of Spanish moss. Tell me, is this, we see it a lot in Georgia, South Carolina. I don't know. I think that's San Antonio. You get the Spanish moss going. Looks like a little bit. Hey, Lady Jane, how are you? I brought my flashlight. I finally came prepared. Yeah, the trees are beautiful here, aren't they? They are Beautiful. Beautiful. South Texas gets it. I love Texas. You know, it's free. I'm not saying everything here is free, but it's like the Lone Star, freedom. I don't know. It's just cool. You know, the story that happened here at the Alamo. I might go see the Alamo. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to it. Trish says that it's smaller than she thought. She saw it. She went there, and the Alamo itself, the museum, the outdoor structure that's left is smaller. But that's a really pivotal story here in Texas, right? For our country, even. I mean, in that Texas became part of the Union. But yeah, that's Santa Anna, the Mexican general. He was a bad guy. He just liked to kill everybody if he won. You know, Santa Anna, thank you, Cindy, for the 10. Santa Anna, if you know the history of the Alamo, but in general, Santa Anna had sent a letter to the President of the United States before the Alamo attack, and basically said, if I get any prisoners, they're going to be executed because I consider them pirates. And in the laws of the sea, you catch pirates, you execute them. It's not like war, it's not like soldiers. Now, the president got the letter, but it never made it down to San Antonio. And Sam Houston, I don't think, saw it. I don't think, of course, the key player at the Alamo, James Bowie. We had Davy Crockett right there. These guys were there, and Santa Anna attacked with a massive force. $10, Gloria, thank you. A massive force. The siege lasted for several days. They finally, broke through. The doors opened, hand-to-hand fighting. From what I remember, it's so sad. James Bowie was sick. I think he had pneumonia. He was like bedridden, and they came in and bayoneted him, but they say he was shooting like from the bed. We'll never really know. And Davy Crockett, hand-to-hand battle with a knife. They found the knife. But what's really sad is that all of the bodies, they really went crazy. They were bayoneting all the men, even as they were dying, like on the ground. It was a bloodlust. The Mexican soldiers, they couldn't control it, even Santa Anna finally. And then they took all the bodies and they put them on pyres, wood, and they burned them all. All they had is ashes. So we don't have Sam Bowie. They say they got some, and it's in the church, San Gabriel Church, I think, here. But there's just really no graves to. Now Santa Anna got it. Thanks, Mark, for the $10. You know, he lost later on, Houston, and he came up with this big speech with Sam Houston, and like the victors and mercy on the loser and blah, blah, blah. And Sam Houston goes, you don't remember the Alamo, do you? But Sam Houston spared Santa Anna, who would go on actually back to Mexico and keep fighting. Sorry, I was in a story there. I couldn't see your comments, but I gotta re-engage here. Back Road Freedoms in northern San Antonio. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think it's a great city here, you guys. And you got some great cemeteries. You can just walk all in one place here, right in the city. And what I'm impressed with is it's fairly clean here. The neighborhood is pretty good. You know, it's not high-end snooty. Hello from Minnesota. Hey, Mary. It is warm, Kimberly. We are gonna hit the 60s, but the neighborhood here is pretty nice in that it's, you know, clean and safe. Thank you, Hannah, for the 10. So I do, you know, I don't feel like I'm, like when I was in Dallas, nothing against Dallas, was it Fort Worth? No, it was Dallas on the east side. That one cemetery, Oak Hill. Oh, there was no way I was getting out of my car there. That's not a good area, guys. Now this mausoleum looks Art Deco, so this must be later. Vaughn or Vaughn. San Antonio, Bradley says, is probably the best example of Texas. Okay, so this is kind of like representing the cross section. Hola, Venezuela. Hey, Ruth, what's going on? Let's go look at this wrought iron here. Did I get to the Alamo? Pamela, I was just talking all about that. Did not get to the Alamo yet. It's nearby here. Probably after this live stream, I'm going to go check it out. Looking forward to that. Huge fan of my channel from New York. Hey, Amy, thank you. Thank you. How's the picture? Is it holding up? Some wrought iron detailing. Hello, Johnny from Maryland. We got Las Vegas in the house. Ginger, are you gambling out there? Are you playing blackjack? Flo, are you still at home there in Chicago? All right, thanks, Jennifer. Jennifer says we got a good picture. Well, let's visit this family plot here. You want to go in there? Oh, I'm so happy. You know, these live streams are so sketchy sometimes. Everybody's in cradle graves. Some cool monuments here. I always kind of look for the kids. Thanks, Backroad Freedom. Glad you like my stories. I like a lot of the 1800s stuff. Now, when I come to England, I've got some stories from the 1700s. Again, not the usual stuff. And I'm not gonna go to Highgate. I'll probably go to Highgate, but maybe I'll film it, but it's like, come on. There's 100 videos of Highgate. I do have something there at Highgate that someone else did that I had planned to do a long time ago. So I may still do that anyway. One of the other channels that was there. I still may do that anyway because I got my own take on it. Yep, still in the freezer. Flo, you're gonna be out of the freezer though, I think. Oh, look at this. Here's some cool medals. The rodeo starts today. Hey, do you hear the train? We got our train going. Do you know one of the graves I did when I was in Brownwood? And I'm standing at the grave and I talked to that person and the train horn blew and blew and blew. And I'm convinced it was him. It was him acknowledging that I was there. Katharina Pape, 1810 to 1834. So many people died young, you know? Illinois is going to miss you. Yeah, Denise, but I'll be back. I will be back. This summer, I think I'm gonna get an Airbnb for my son, Nathan. So I'll be kicking around there a little bit, but I'm gonna be going to the Northwest. I'm gonna be going to the Northwest. I got some stories again in Minnesota, and then I'm going to the Dakotas, Wyoming, Montana. I may even make it as far as Amanda Panda's turf out there. D.A. Jack Harris, born in Connecticut. Thank you, Mary. Let me just take a quick look, see what we got here. Connecticut, he was born. He ran away to sea at the age of 12 in 1856. He was a member of William Walker's Nicaraguan expedition. Holy cow, do you guys know who William Walker is? We're gonna go see his grave. He invented with Colt, the Walker Colt, huge pistol. Cool story on that, go look that up. We'll talk a little bit about it. It's interesting, he was shot in the Vaudeville Theater on June 11th, 1882, result of an argument. Oh my gosh, guys, Ben Thompson. He was shot by Ben Thompson, Marshal of Austin. See what, you never know what you're gonna find here. There was a gambling debt 2 years earlier. 47 carriages here, right here. He died in a single man at the age of 48. Do you guys know who Ben Thompson is? He's one of the baddest guys. Baddest guys. He was killed in the movie theater, as I recall, with King Fisher. They're watching a movie and they got assassinated. So here is, oh, and there's a picture of D.A. Jack Harris. Let's go. Look what we found. A victim of Ben Thompson. You know, I did not scout this one out, guys. There he is. And someone left a penny on top out of respect. Is that a penny or a dime? That's a dime. You know, the dime means that you served with that person. If you leave a penny like me, it's just an American who is grateful. If you leave a nickel, you served in boot camp with them. And if you leave the dime, you in battle. And if you leave the quarter, you know what that means. That means that you were with them when they fell in battle. Yeah, they were killed in battle. That was very cool. Yes, Flo, or Brandy, I mean. Thank you. Rhonda says, my daughter and grandkids live in a tiny Texas town, Claiborne. The night skies are amazing. Oh, I'll bet. You get away from these city lights. Now, here's a cool stone. This is Katie McAllister, 1855 to 1883. What are their stories? Oh my gosh. What are the stories? Carol's in Duluth. Flo's got to get back to work. All right, we'll see you. Watch the rest of this later, maybe. Here's a whole line of them. Thanks for hanging with us, Flo. Flo, we did her family story with Karen. That was that Christmas story where the family all broken apart when Flo was like a baby. Really tough story. It's a famous story in Chicago, actually. Look at this. Here's another crazy cradle. This is a high wall cradle. Have you ever seen one like this? There's some cool stones here, you guys. Yeah, we are in the old section now. Face of the Forgotten. Faces of the Forgotten, it says, how do you start a YouTube blog? Blog? You mean a vlog with a V. You just get on Facebook, get an account, start making videos. Nothing to it. It's a lot to learn, but just get your feet wet. Got to get an account. You have an account, obviously, so you just go to the upper right and hit, download your videos. Make a video on your phone or get a cinematic camera like me, down the line. Cradles everywhere. Claiborne, Texas is a city. Yeah, I know. I thought I said that. Or maybe somebody else. Pronunciation. Oh, pronunciation. I gotta tell you something. Now, you guys, I don't know if you guys know this. I don't talk about negative stuff, but there's only one pet peeve I have. Only one pet peeve, and that is when people correct my language. It's not pronounced this way, it's pronounced that way. Now, I actually research a lot of the words to try to make sure I get them right. And there are dialect things, here in America. Remember the Devon? The guy that was hung 3 times, I got criticized because I said Devon, where in England it's pronounced Devon. I knew that, but we pronounce it Devon. And I'm going to pronounce it the way he's buried here in America. I'm going to pronounce it our way. I lived off Devon Avenue. Everybody in Chicago called it Devon. We didn't call it Devon or Devon. And somebody criticized me for, do you remember the one that James Moon, the guy that chopped his head off in the hotel room? Somebody criticized me for saying guillotine. She's like, you didn't say it right. It's guillotine, not guillotine. Guillotine. So I got to tell you, those people I block. I don't even delete it. I block them. And if any of my friends are watching or other YouTubers, I know you're dealing with the same thing. It just drives me crazy. Makes me mad. Anyway, I thought I'd get that off my chest. Am I stopping by the Texas State Cemetery in Austin? No, I did that last year or 2 years ago. Remember I did what was his name? The guy who got scalped. Thanks, Tina, for 20. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you. I did a couple stories there, maybe 3 stories there already. Of course, I did the American Sniper. I did that story there. I'm trying to remember the pioneer who was scalped and he lived. He was scalped by Native Americans. See, in those days called Native Americans Indians. When I tell the old stories, I'm going to use the word Indians, even though today it's not acceptable. But actually what I call Native Americans are First Nation. That's what I think the proper term is, because they were here first. We took their damn land. And that's all I'll say about that. I'm a big supporter. But anyway, how did I get on that subject? Oh yeah, they took this guy's scalp and he lived. It's a crazy story. Tracy, it's acceptable by me. Are you First Nation? It's all, you know, it all depends. Ethel Murphy, 1870 to 1953. Oh boy, this one fell down. Gotta watch my step here. It's an interesting one. Yeah, Lady Jane, nitpickers. You know what drives me crazy about that? Some of these episodes, I spent like 30 hours. Okay, the one I don't want to get on too much of a rant here, but remember the Sternstein I just did yesterday? And by the way, those take like 30 hours to edit, and I love doing them, but I'm not going to be able to do many of those. Just, whew. But I got someone criticizing me for pronouncing Sternstein wrong. And she says the German way is Sternstein. And I'm like, I went to high school at Von Steuben Metropolitan High School. More than 50% of the students were Jews, and their parents and their grandparents were survivors or died in the Nazi, the camps. And I'm probably going to get demonetized now that I just said that word. I don't care. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, I went to school with a Sternstein. And that's how they pronounce, like Goldstein. It's not Goldstein. Now, if you want to pronounce it the German way, then yeah, maybe that's how, do we want to go to the concentration camps? Is that where you're going with this? We should pronounce it his way, their way? So it's just, I mean, that stuff sticks with me, I tell you, when I hear that stuff. Robert McGee. All right, erase that. Yeah, that is who that's not his name, but anyway, please delete that comment. And I got nothing against that, but I try not to let people know what I'm doing. So I gave you too many hints at Grape Creek. But please erase that comment, because I don't want other people seeing a story that I've done that hasn't come out yet. Yeah, I do. You know, I've got a really thick skin now. I just block every day. It doesn't bother me anymore because it just doesn't bother me. I remember when I first started the channel, day one, I was like responding and getting into fights. It's like, what am I doing? These people are losers. I mean, if you, like Al said, 1 out of 100 people is a jerk. And that's the odds, the analytics prove it. Oh, look at this. You know what strikes me on this? Watch you for the truth. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, the Texas story that I'm doing is about rewriting history. Makes me crazy, and man, do I let them have it. This town, that's coming up in 2 more Sundays. Now, if you look at this, looks like, now that's not Christ, but that almost looks like a crown of thorns. You know, it's Spanish moss or something. Oh, look at that, right? Isn't that kind of haunting? Now I'm going to take you over this mausoleum. Here's one of the mausoleums. If you just came with us, you didn't catch the beginning. There's a couple of mausoleums within these cemeteries. One is in Queen Mary that I just investigated, and I got inside with my phone or snake camera, and we got to look, and it's I'm not going to say, but it's, wait till you see it. I'm going to put it out tonight. And then also we got to look in this mausoleum up here through a portal. Used to be a vent. I was able to get my arm in there, and I'm always like, do not drop your phone. I got all my notes on my phone. My cloud, it's not saved on the cloud because I've got so much data, and they only allow 2 terabytes, Apple. So my stuff's not backed up. I got all my notes for this trip, all my stories. Well, up until New Orleans. No, I actually got a few of those after Alabama. Ashley's with us. Everything okay with your son? I hope so. Look at that tower. What's that needle, you guys? San Antonio, from San Antonio. Tell me what's this thing here? Now, if I'm trying to zoom, there we go. What is that thing? Looks like the Space Needle. Like, doesn't Seattle have something like that or somewhere? Yeah, there's a lot of jerks. But the pronunciation thing, especially when I'm right, it just... Now, there's one that I don't want to keep talking about it, but the one where I looked through the window of Dr. Timothy Clark Smith, where he's buried looking up through this tunnel, and we see his face covered in moss, his skull. I asked about how this woman's name was pronounced, and I got a whole bunch of people telling me, and that's cool. They get hearts for that. Look at this one. This is a cool one. Alamo Dome. Oh, that's the Alamo Dome? Is that the Alamo Dome under that? Aren't these monuments cool like this? That's the hemisphere. What's the hemisphere? What does it do? Does it spin around? Oh, water tower? That's not a water tower. There's windows up there. Maybe it's a water tower. What's the hemisphere, you guys? I don't know what that is. Space Needle. Yeah, Space Needle, isn't that in Tower of Americas? Someone just said Tower of Americas. So what is it? Thanks, Goldie. Glad you liked that. That was a lot of work, but I'm just passionate about those. I have a bunch of stories like that. I'm just not going to be able to do as many as I want to. I need a clone. All right, here's the mausoleum I was talking about. Oh, San Antonio Spurs and Coliseum below it. Okay, so you can always find it by looking for that. You go, oh, it'd be cool to ride at the top of that, but I could take my drone and go higher. So look at this mausoleum. It's got an iron door. So I did a video on this about 2 hours ago, and we go in. How do we go in? Well, like I said, we went in right through this portal right here. It's interesting. Not going to tell you what's in there, but we go in. But we can't go in now because I got a big gimbal. Can't go in now. Okay, let's move along. How am I going to get? I want to get right across the street there to the National. Is that the National? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to walk all the way around. See, that's the thing. They don't open all these gates here. So I'm going to have to walk fast, and we got to... That's our final, not our final stop. The National Cemetery is next to our final stop. So if you, let's just chat away here while I hustle out of here. So I don't see a way out. Oh, you know what? I do see a way out. I can crawl under there. I'm gonna roll on the ground and go under. You guys wanna watch? I'm not gonna let you watch. I'm gonna have to get dirty. All right, I'll let you watch, what the heck. I'll give you guys like some entertainment. You can laugh at the old man. Think I can fit under there? Big fat guy like me? All right, hold on. Hold on. We gotta get this on a tripod here. How's that? All right. All right, let me get it pointed. I gotta take this white thing off. You see me okay? Hold on. Yeah, I got shorts on. It's beautiful out here. All right, how's that? Oh man, I'm gonna get my shirt. I'm gonna get my shirt dirty. This is my good shirt. This is my shirt. This is my shirt from Jerome. I'm gonna have to like turn it inside out. Hold on. All right, we're ready to go. We are ready to go. Oh my God, I forgot the camera. Oh. All right, I'll see you guys. That was like the dumbest thing I've ever done. I did. Oh my God. I hope I'm entertaining you guys today. All right. Oh my God. What do you guys think? Oh my God. What a loser. All right. Try it again. Did I leave anything here? Oh, I can't reach it. Oh my God. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on. Okay. All right, hold on. All right, sorry about that. That was kind of weird. It's kind of dumb. Well, I didn't ruin any of my clothes because it's kind of muddy here. People are all looking at me like, what's this dude doing? All right, let's go. On with the show. All right. Okay, guys. We're going to the San Antonio National Cemetery. Goldie, thanks for the $5. Glad you like my stories. Yeah, Vero, the limbo. But I cheated a little bit. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this, we got the flag. The show must go on, but you gotta bring the camera with. You gotta bring the camera with. And look at the stones. As always, they're all lined up absolutely perfect. Well, there's a grave I want to show you here. We're not going to spend a lot of time in here, but there's a really amazing person that is buried here, right up front. He was a Texas Ranger, course, you can look up his history. Look at these big stones. These are men that fell in action, I believe. This is Lieutenant F.L. Denman. He died at Fort Terrell, Texas. Died at Fort Terrell. This is Fort Merrill. Died at Indianapolis. When they say died at, it's not died in, it's died at. That means they were killed in action, I am pretty sure. Here's Lieutenant Colonel Henry Bainbridge, 1st U.S. Infantry, lost off Galveston, 1857. Thanks, Stephanie, for the 20. By the burning of the steamer Louisiana. Now there's a story. A Christian gentleman. Boy, we'll have to look that story up. I just saw this one, but this is the one I wanted to show you. Captain Lee Hall. He was a Texas Ranger. And what's interesting about Captain Lee Hall is he went after some of the worst bad guys, like Sam Bass, Kingfisher. Remember I was talking about Kingfisher, who was assassinated. As I recall, he was assassinated with Ben Thompson in that theater. I can't remember what town that was. And let's just take a look here. Now just imagine all the American flags. Like if you were to come here 4th of July, this must just be flags everywhere. And by the way, look how well maintained this is. The pride of San Antonio. Right on, guys. Love this town. Well, his wife is here, Bessie Hall. She died in 1926, but Jesse Lee Hall died in 1911. I can't remember if he was killed or what happened. If he died, maybe you guys can look for me. Maybe it'll say here. No, I think he just died of old age. All right, so let's go to our final spot. See that wall way over there? I can't hop that wall. I shouldn't try. It's like this wall. Actually, I could. Should we just go hop that wall? Now let's walk. I'm right in between. I don't want to get all the way over there and then have a problem. All right, let's just walk out here. I don't want to have another stupid show. Oh, I'm glad I didn't get my white fleece all ruined. Do it, Ron, do it. Ruth's like, do it. All right, let's walk the street now. We'll talk a little bit, see what you guys are thinking. We'll walk the wall. Hello from Ireland, Celtic Forest Ferry. How are you? Vera wants a surprise. This wall is nothing to hop, but I'm just afraid that I see a fence over there, and I don't know if the fence is part of the wall. Rose says, I missed it. Oh yeah, you'll watch the replay. You're talking about my limbo? My limbo dance? Go gadget legs. Saskatchewan's with us. Oh God, it's gotta be cold up there. Saskatchewan, Canada. Wow. It's gotta be like -50. Maybe it's What's the coldest you guys have ever experienced in your life? What is the coldest? For me, it was I'm gonna say 1992, 91. It was -60 in Wisconsin, -60. And that was not the wind chill factor, I don't think. It was some crazy deal. You didn't even need black ice. You just drive in your car. It's just like so slow. 55, Jennifer says, 55 below. Tanya's 60 below in Duluth. Yeah, that was probably the same year. I wasn't far from Duluth. We were in Wanaqua, Eagle River actually. -20, that's nothing. That's like balmy. Minus 50 in Indianapolis, 78. Okay. Thank you, Maria Hiedes, for the $10. Glad you appreciate my hard work. Look at these stones. You're going to get a good shot how perfect they are, right? Look at that. They are just perfect. Minus 70, that's the highest, that's the lowest one I just saw, minus 70. Minus 70, that was Karen. I think that was Minneapolis, right? All right, so we are at our final intersection here. And unfortunately, we've got to, again, there's only one way in. Now, what's kind of funny in this cemetery, I think this is Oddfellows. And in the Oddfellows, they have a, is it called pickleball? What's that game? That's like miniature tennis. I think it's called pickleball. And they got a court right there. See that mausoleum? Well, you can't see yet. There's a tournament. Well, there's some people playing. I was here earlier scouting out, and it was full. There was a ton of people. Pickleball, right? Pickleball. I've never played. I used to play a lot of tennis when I was young. I had the Wilson T2000 and then the Wilson T3000. If you look at those, thanks Vicky for the 2. If you look at those rackets now, and I had saved my racket just for fun for the longest time, but those tennis rackets from the 70s, they were like badminton rackets, like compared to the rackets today. Do you guys save your tennis rackets from the old days? Anybody? All right, we're at the Oddfellows here. Have you ever been to Marion Cemetery in Ohio? Have not. The Merchant Ball.
Faces the Forgotten.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How'd you know?
I just saw you on the video. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, he's here somewhere.
Oh my god. You know what the really cool part is? I said, I hope I get to, oh, don't know. I hope you're not talking. I don't want to be on YouTube.
It's too late.
I hope you talk to me because I was going to tell you about, Sandra West, right? You know, the woman
She the
that
one
was
who's-
married to Ferrari.
Oh yeah, see I was talking, you'll hear me talk about that. All the stories that were done by other YouTubers like that, I stay away from, but that's a cool story.
But my uncle
Yeah.
was her husband's like bodyguard in high school.
She was beautiful. I saw a picture of her.
Did you see where the Ferrari was put?
I'll have to check it out. All right.
Yeah. I watch you all the time. Faces the Forgotten.
All right, what's your name?
Lloyd
Lloyd and?
and Ed. Yeah,
Lloyd and Ed, man. It's so cool that you watch.
there's a lot of history, though. A lot of the defendants of the Alamo, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we were just talking about it.
Yeah, well, good to talk to you.
We got Colt Walker.
Oh, yeah?
You ever hear of Colt Walker? Walker. Oh, he's right over here. He's big. He developed the Colt Walker. He's the second most important Texas Ranger. If you go see that tall monument way over there, go check it out sometime. We're
All
going.
right, good to see you.
All right.
Watch the channel, man. We love you guys.
Very cool. Wow, that's the first time I got recognized. Well, not the first time, but that was so cool. Wow, how cool is that? Nice guys. We have a nice community here, just great people with passion for history. All right? We're not doing stories about babies and microwaves, and we're doing, we're going to do some good stories about compelling, intriguing subjects, people, forgotten people. All right, here we are. Here we are. How cool is that, huh? Yeah. So the guy I was talking about is buried. Oh, there's another big mausoleum over here, by the way. But I checked it out. There's just like nothing. It's just a tree growing on top of it. So let's meander over here. Oh, what a great day it is. I am enjoying this weather. I think I'm gonna sunbathe. I'm gonna sunbathe. It's like 55. All right, here it is. Now, as he was saying that, I believe there's a number of people here buried, victims of the Alamo. Not the big names I told you. Bowie and Crockett, they were all burned in a funeral pyre by Santa Ana. But yeah, here's well, this is what he was talking about. We were heading here, the lost burial place of the Alamo defenders. There's an interesting story here of some 8-year-old boy was playing on the street and he witnessed the exhuming of bodies, the bones, and I guess he reported it. But this is the grave I'm talking about over here of Mr. Walker. We're gonna take a look here. A lot of Texas Rangers. So Samuel Walker, he's got a crazy story, his life. Look at this stone. Now, like I said, later in life, or at some point, he obviously had many dealings with Santa Ana, so he met with Samuel Colt, and they developed this massive handgun, which he had at his death beside him. It was laying there. Because Santa Ana, his forces eventually, he was in a battle surprised by Santa Ana, and they were killed. But what's spooky about this guy's story, it's actually, he was captured by Santa Ana. He was eventually killed in a battle, the Mexicans. But it was the story of him that Santa Ana did a surprise, they surprised these guys. They were actually going into Mexico on some retribution mission. And they were in this town. Samuel Walker and the other combatants to ambush the Mexicans, but the Mexicans actually surprised them, and they had this battle. Now, I can't remember if that's the battle he died in or if that's the battle that this happened, but this event that just really stuck out with me with this story is that Samuel Walker was one of almost, I'm going to say, 200 men. All right, let me flip this around so I can see and I talk to you guys. Okay, so let's try it this way because the audio works better. So he was involved in that battle and they were captured. And I think there were 170 or 210, a big amount of men, but it worked out that Santa Ana said, we're not going to execute you all. Santa Ana wanted to execute all of them. And the Mexican government's like, no. And cooler heads prevailed. And what he said was, okay, we're going to execute 1 out of 10. And they had black beans and white beans, and they filled this thing with the beans, and they put 17, so it would be 170 guys, 17 black beans. And of course, everybody had to draw a bean. Now, when you drew your bean and it was black, they killed you right away, like within seconds or a minute or something. And that's merciful. Imagine you look at the black bean and then you're like, I put myself there and I'm like, then you got to like sit or like kill me now, like get it over with. But anyway, Samuel drew a white bean. And I just thought that was just such a crazy story, Such a crazy story. Anyway, so that's going to do it here from San Antonio. We could go on and on, but I've got some editing to do. I want to get to before I start getting back to the hotel, I want to get to the Alamo and see that. It's not too far away. So thanks for coming, everybody. Hope you had a good walk, learned a few things. We ran into a couple of our fun viewers, our friends. So it's very, very cool. Very, very inspiring for me. You guys are very inspiring, to hear that. And that they're all excited. That's so cool. Anyway, thanks for hanging out today. We've got tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to put that video out tonight of these 2 mausoleums. We're going inside. I already shot the video. I already know it's good. That's coming out tonight. When I get back, I'll put that out. And then tomorrow night, 8 p.m. No live stream tomorrow, because tomorrow I've got a story in the morning here in San Antonio, and I'm going to Houston. I'm going to be on the road tomorrow. I got stories in Houston. We're working our way eastbound and down New Orleans, Alabama, Florida, and then I'm going to start circling home, hit some South Carolina, maybe North Carolina. We'll see how the weather is. But blah, 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 blah. All right, so I hope to see you guys next time tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on the story of Helen Spence on the River Delta, the White River of Arkansas. What a story of twists and turns, and what the sad things that her sad ending. But it's a crazy story. Helen Spence, the River Justice. All right, so you guys take care, stay safe, and hopefully things are warming up for most of you by tomorrow and into the beginning of the week. All right, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you.